Hello, Mr. Unkert here. Hello, fellow mathematicians trying to pass the Praxis exam. You'll notice with that playlist, I haven't updated in a couple weeks. I have started to get ready for getting back to school. So I've just been focusing more on that with the new changes. Everything that's going on this year is a little different and unusual, and it takes maybe a little bit more preparation. But in the end, I think I'm going to up my YouTube game a bit and my website game a bit. I am focusing on two blogs that are for my students. Those are going to be algebrasuperstar.com and precalcgenius.com. Hopefully that'll rile them up into doing well. I'll leave links to those in the description. I'm not going to be able to do timothyyunkert.com quite as much once school starts. So, I've been trying to do a bunch of things. I'm also helping kids out. Hopefully I'll be helping them out, the kids that are interested with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and jQuery. Some coding is kind of an interest of mine as well as mathematics. So you'll be seeing videos, and I'm sure you have seen videos of those pop up. But I decided I need to do a few of these Praxis videos because I've been slacking. So this one, I'm going to look at transformations of parent functions. So typical parent function the parent function for the quadratic is f of x equals x squared or y equals x squared. You want to review something like transformations. It's not that hard of a concept, but you do want to get that down so you'll know what a certain transformation does to a function. So a lot of students make this mistake. But if I'm going to write inside the parentheses here, let me fix this up. If I write x minus 2, and I'm going to now raise it I'm going to square it, but what is the minus 2 going to do? Which way is it going to move that quadratic from, the vertex of y equals x squared is at the origin. Where is it going to move that vertex? Is it going to move it down to, left to, up to, or right to? Well, let's find out. Well, it moved it right to, and this is kind of, some people have a little hard to understand, well, why does it, the vertex moves positively in the x direction if you're subtracting 2 from x? Well, let's think about it, okay? So if I start at this point, 2 here, 2 minus 2 gives me 0, right? And 0 squared is 0, so the y point is going to be 0 here. If I start with 4, well, 4 minus 2 is 2 squared. And 2 squared is 4, so it's going to give me that point there. If I start with 0, 0 minus 2 is going to be negative 2. Negative 2 squared is positive 4, so it's there. So it does make sense when you start putting in some of the numbers. And if you're having trouble figuring that out, maybe practice a few with the numbers and put them in. Just make sure you can get this topic down very well before you move into the Praxis. So if you subtract 2, let's take away the square here. Okay. What do you think is going to happen if you add 2? Is it going to go... We've already moved right 2. So is it going to go up 2, left 2, or down 2? Well, just as subtracting 2 moved it right, adding 2 is going to move it left. And you can, again, plug in the numbers. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. So it makes sense that the vertex is going to be at negative 2, 0, right? If you put in 0 here, 2 squared is 4. It makes sense. If you put in negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2, so negative 2 squared is positive 4. So it makes sense with those numbers, okay? All right, let's try something else. What if I have x squared, and then I subtract 2 outside of the parentheses? What's going to happen? Is it going to go down, up, left, or right? Well, it's going to go down. The vertex is going to go down 2 because when you plug in your x value, 0, 0 squared is 0, and then you subtract 2 from that, you have a -2. So it shifts it down 2 outside of the parentheses. Likewise, if you add 2, it's going to shift up the vertex 2, okay? And there's a lot of different combinations you can do here. I'm using this free online graphing calculator called Desmos. This is something I use a lot, so you can move it, right 2 and up 2, play around, maybe right 2, up 3. You want to know what's going to be happening with the function, and not just for x squared, but you want to do x cubed and all those functions. So practice that. My point is, if you want to get ready for the Praxis, practice, your transformations. Get that down. Once you figure it out pretty easily, then you can move on to many of the other topics that are on there. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Also, I'll leave links to algebrasuperstar.com and precalcgenius.com. Those are going to be stuff that I'm covering with my actual students, but it may be helpful also because some of the Praxis stuff is some of the stuff that you teach in high school math. It makes sense. So that would be also another place that you can go and review. TimothyUnkert.com is still up, although I won't be updating that quite as frequently. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And if you have questions, leave comments in the comments below.